today. My name is Maureen Gitau. Our topic of today is sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is any unwelcome sexual behavior that is offensive, humiliating, and even intimidating. Sexual harassment can happen to anyone in the society. It can be both written, verbal, or physical. Sexual harassment can happen in person or even online. When it happens in school, workplaces, or even at the universities, it results to sexual discrimination. To help us discuss our topic, we are having our guest artist who's Collins Kenywa. Let's get to it. Hello, Collins.
Hello.
Karibu sana kwa show yetu. We're so pleased to have you here.
Pleased to be here.
So, people would love to know who Collins is.
Okay. My name is Collins Kenywa. I am a videographer, photographer. I act and I also sing.
Oh, thank you. So, did you start singing or doing all these things when you were way too young or umeanza tu vile umegrow?
Kuimba nilianza nikiwa primary school. I've been singing since 2013. I've been acting since 2014. And videography and photography have come recently.
Oh, after you finished your school?
Yes, after I have evolved throughout the process.
Oh, that is nice. So our topic of today is sexual harassment. What do you think sexual harassment is?
From my point of view, sexual harassment is any sexual conduct that is directed towards someone and it's unwanted. So if someone makes a sexual approach towards someone else and that sexual approach is not wanted, that is really sexual harassment.
Oh, okay. Have you ever been in a position, in such a position before?
Personally, no, but I know people who have been in such positions and so.
Okay. What are some of the things? What are some of the things that happen that we can call them sexual harassment? What are some of the ways? What are some of the ways zile watu wanaweza fanyiwa ndio waseme ni sexual harassment?
Okay, for it to be wanasema sexual harassment is when someone, for example, touches you inappropriately, when someone makes sexual gestures inappropriate, and you do not want, it's unwanted. When someone tries to rape.
Before you continue, what are kind of the sexual gestures?
Okay, so this is recently I learned this. Kuna dem alikuja akaniambia I tried to approach her and obviously kuna ile yenye she turns you down. But sasa unajua kama boy uko tu najua wacha nijaribu tena. So later akakuja akaniambia by the way I was not okay with that. But from my point of view I had not seen that. So I had to apologize to her and say that was I'm very sorry if that is what had happened, but I did not intend it that way. So kitu kama unakatia DM na anakataa lakini bado una force issue. So si force issue. Ukikataa ni sawa, si lazima.
So can you continue with some of the ways?
Okay, so kama hiyo vibe ikikataa
unachana nayo.
Achana tu na. Sasa zingine sexual comments una DM aujui yako kwa street unaanza kumwisolia unamwambia sister kuja unamwisolia. Some of them even go to the extent of spanking the girl and that is not what the girl is intention. That was not her intent. Some people go to the extent of asking for sexual favors. When you see this beautiful girl, she wants something from you, unajua maybe kitu kama pesa, and you are using that to manipulate her, to ask her for sexual favors. Ama you're in a place of authority, unajua unataka job, but unaona naweza mpatia ka job kama anaweza nifanyia 1 2 3 but you ask for favors instead. With that's not okay. Otherwise, others via social media, you shame the person. It can be a girl or a boy. Unamshare, you are texting comments, unaambia hey, kuna zingine unaona ni kama mimi sijui babe, kuna venye naona umeweza sijui nini, and the girl says no, wacha, but unaendelea, and some people they take it to the extent ya anaanza kutusi the girl or the boy, and that's not okay.
Okay, so is spanking umeongelea, is it only to ladies? Because you may specify ladies peke yake.
Mostly it happens to ladies, but also it can happen to men. But the problem when it happens to men, you unajua like when mwanaume
haufai kuongea.
Huwezi enda uambie watu unaambia hey unajua kuna udem anajispam kama mzee tao nasikuwa nadai hiyo story. Unaona, you can't, for men it's more secretive, they're not open such as women. Women will talk and they'll tell you hey kuna huyu chaja anajispam mahali nasikuwa nataka, but for men it's more closed off. Kwanza you find that in high schools things happen and boys don't talk about it. You know, kuna kitu ilikufanyikia, and when you play it back, and one of the things I've come to realize with sexual harassment,
yes,
especially in our country, is people are they're playing it back. Once they get older, ndo wanaanza kuangalia nyuma, wanasema that was not fine. Waliniguza hivi hapana, hiyo si haikuwa fit. But they are looking back, but when they were in that situation they could not tell. Wao wanaona tu hii ni normal, unajua maboy wanakuanga hivi, mademu wanakuanga hivi, unaona. But once you get older and you get more informed, unaangalia back and I think that's not okay. Na hiyo sometimes inaleta resentment. Unaanza kuchukia mtu, and maybe if you were told them from that point.
So easy sexual harassment zinaweza affect aje mtu?
Mtu anaweza kuwa na stress first of all. You become stressed because now you start thinking about it. It becomes everything you're thinking about all the time. Your productivity inashuka because now you are like, I can't do anything. It's occupying your nini. Unaweza pata physical symptoms of stress. Unaweza kuwa na headaches, unaweza kuwa na backaches and such kind of pain. You lose self-confidence and your self-esteem. You don't want to be social. Hutaki kuongea na watu. You somehow feel like it's your fault, but it's not your fault. Like sexual harassment is not.
Yeah, and I also think inaweza fanya, in case of a lady, I lose interest in men.
Exactly.
Yeah, because of what wamefanya undergo.
Yeah, ndo nilikuwa nasema kama hiyo story ya it happened to you long time.
Yeah.
You didn't pick it up then, but now when you're looking back, unaanza kuangalia unasema what that guy did to me was not fair. So now you put it on every guy and you say every guy is like that. When you see a guy trying to do some things, maybe they are doing it innocently, but kwako umeka ule alikuwa na behave hivi, so hadi huyu
you don't trust them.
Yeah, you won't trust them. Utashinda ukianza kusema ndo sometimes you hear people saying things like men are trash because someone somewhere treated this girl inappropriately and she did not pick up on it and stop this guy. So ameibeba kwa moyo wake and she has not shared or dealt with that issue properly.
So what do you think are the causes? Nini inafanya sexual harassment iendelee? Because most of the time unapatanga like there is some time back watu walikuwa wanasema ladies are being raped because they are wearing short dresses, short clothes. Do you think that's the only reason why ladies get harassed?
First of all, that is not a reason for harassment. You cannot say ati sasa ama tuseme kama ni boy ati nimesag so watu wakuje wamute my trousers chini. No, that's not okay. People can wear what they want. We're in the 21st century and you're allowed to wear what you want. And your mentality yenye us kama maboy tulijiekea tunasema udem blame dress ikana jitakia. So wewe tu unamstea, unammisolia, unasema si yeye anajua hii story. Kama hapa anataka hivyo, basi yeye siavae vizuri, which is not okay. Some things nimekuja kurealize, like when girls are wanavaa hivi, they are not thinking about ati nani ananivisualia. For when they are doing hijab, or like, hey, nataka kukaa fine, I want to put my makeup on, I want to feel cute and such, you know, because sometimes nasikia hata ladies wanasema I woke up, sikuwa na makwenda, but I dressed up, I put my makeup, I wore. So this is something that the lady does to feel, though I feel pretty, I cute,
but
which
still,
is okay.
But still kuna wasichana wanavaa just to draw attention.
Okay, yes, kuna wao. And for them, that's a whole other issue. Kuna those that wanna realize like this is wanaitumia to their advantage, but those are very few. The majority, this is not their intention.
Wako true.
Majority dem akidress hivyo afikiria ati yeye atanisolia kwa barabara, ama asijui kama atakuja nispam.
They're just doing it for them.
Yes, that wanaifanyia for them. So hiyo kusema ati sijui dem amedress hivi so ndio ati hiyo alikuwa anajitakia, hiyo no. And society, one of the reasons I can say is society has not, people are not talking. Kama issues za sex, unapata wase unakuja kufigure out as you go. No one, hakuna mtu alikuambia.
Yeah, they're not speaking about it openly.
Exactly. Kwa household yenu mtaenda uambie mama, mwanzo kumwambia kuna kijana fulani ananikatia, ananifanyia hivi. There is that stigma of talking about sex. So unapata kama ni dem, kama ni boy, hawajui story. Unapata boy ameanza kufanya maneno zake na yeye ajui, yetu wana figure out. Akienda huko mbele ndo anakuja baby, zile mambo tulikuwa nafanyia video hazikuwa sawa. Na pia wode anakuja kurealize zile vitu Charlie alikuwa ananifanyia hazikuwa sawa. But hiyo ni you learn as you go, because we are not open as a society. Sex is something that people do.
It's something good.
Yeah, it's something good. It's not something to be shy of, or something to be ashamed of. But unapata hiyo ndo mentality our parents and the society imetuwekea.
Yeah.
So we never talk about it. You will never talk about sex until when you are older. Sasa unaanza kuongea na mami. And when you're talking about it, unaongea na boys. Boys wanakwambia the same thing. Damn, mcheki vile nilimuita, mcheki vile nimvibe, hiyo vibe ilikuwa imeingiana. Alafu Karol kataa vibe, nilimwambia kwende huko. Una get like that is what you're doing with your peers. And that's not how it should happen. Nilimwambia kwende huko, kwani anajiona yeye ni mtamu aje nini. Ulimharass because you were talking to her and she didn't want this sexual encounter that ulikuwa una create. Yeah, hapo anataka hiyo story. But wewe unaona you felt it's your right. Ananikataa aje. Ananikataa aje. Na ukiambia maboys achana huyo unapata mwingi wanakuencourage. So I think it's up to our parents and to the society, those who are above us, to mentor us and tell us, by the way, even though unafaa kuenda kama wewe ni chali ukikatia dem, even though akisema no ni no.
So what are the other kinds of solutions?
Okay, so other things that you can do when you discover that sexual harassment is going on, or when you discover that you're being sexually harassed. The first thing is, if you realize it's happening at that moment, you tell that person to stop. Like we have said, other times, labda umse hashikanishi, like you are uncomfortable. So you need to be firm. Usiseme ati leo if you really don't want it, make it clear and make it known. Sema tu no, not today, ama not ever, because hata si lazima, the reason should not matter. So if you realize it's happening at that moment, you just say no. Other things is to be informed. Like we said, Most of the people who are sexually harassed, they realize it when they're looking back. Wako like, ai, ile kuna venye alinifanya hiyo haikuwa poa. Like you realize looking back. So what I can say is be informed. Someone and know that when someone does this to you, it's a no. When you feel uncomfortable at a certain situation, when someone is approaching you sexually, especially in the workplace, here your workplace, your colleague is coming on to you in a way that you don't want, and you feel like I huu ni mkubwa, yani mdosi, sifai kumreport like he's a no. If you're uncomfortable, just say no. Be informed. Then other things you can keep a diary. Keep a diary of what has been happening. If you felt like someone did something wrong to you, write it down. Somehow on this day, planning aliniguza hivi, and I'm not sure how I felt about it. Then now when you're keeping a diary, it's as if you're talking to yourself, and you can really see whether you're okay with that or you're not okay. Yeah, you can see your thoughts through the diary. And if there is evidence, keep it. Keep it. Kama aliku grab akararua hiyo nguo, maybe his DNA or her DNA is on you. Keep the evidence. And if it persists in a case like, for example, rape, now that goes, it gets even worse. You need to report. Even in the case that when you tell someone no and they still keep coming, you need to report. If you're in school, report to the administration. If you're in work, shop kuna HR, report to them. And if you see no action is being taken, you can go further and report to the police.
Oh, okay. Do you think alcohol and some drugs are they are excuses of someone to harass someone sexually, another person?
It's not. And you realize mostly as young people, that's what we think. Unapata mlienda mkalewa na kina Brayo pale na Kevo anakuja na kwa kijana nililewa sana ule manzi man, sikuwa na feel but nilimteka. So anaanza kuambia na kuna venye alikuwa ana resist, but after some time aka give in. That's someone confessing that I sexually harassed someone, but haoni kama ni issue. Yako tu like nilimvibe kaingia box akawa anataka. It's not an excuse. If the lady says no, or if the guy says no, even if they are drunk, don't see that as a way of, because most of us are thinking that when you're drunk, your judgment is skewed. But also, when you say no when you're drunk, it still means no. So it's not an excuse to harass someone because you're drunk.
That is very right. What are some of the consequences of sexual harassment?
So, in sexual harassment, we have the Sexual Offence Act in Kenya, which was approved in 2006, and it says for people in authority or people who are, or someone who sexually harasses someone else, the penalty is 3 years, at least 3 years, or 100,000 Kenya shillings in fine, or both. So it's something that is serious. Some people are getting you can even get life imprisonment or 10 years and above. So it's not something to be taken lightly.
So Collins, thank you very much for accepting our invite today. What's your last one that you can tell the people who are watching?
For the people who are watching at home, if you are sexually harassed, talk to someone. Have a partner or someone who you're free with that you can talk to. Don't feel shy. Find someone that you're comfortable sharing with and tell them. If you feel something is uncomfortable, say. Do not keep quiet. Do not die alone.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was our message for you today. Hope you've learned something. Kindly remember to subscribe, share, and comment to our show.